Have you ever snapped at someone you love? Shut down during a hard conversation? Or felt your emotions explode out of nowhere and then wondered, why did I react like that? Most people think emotional regulation means being calm all the time. But that's not what it actually is. Emotional regulation isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about your nervous system's ability to return to safety after stress. And when that system gets overwhelmed by trauma, burnout, anxiety, or chronic stress, your emotions don't feel manageable anymore. You don't feel broken. You feel hijacked. In this video, we're going to explore what emotional regulation really is, why some people feel emotions more intensely, what's happening inside your brain and nervous system, and how to gently retrain your body to feel safe again, not through toxic positivity, not through forcing calm, but through neuroscience, compassion, and tools that actually work. Let's begin. If you've ever felt like your emotions control you instead of the other way around, this video is for you. Maybe your anxiety spikes suddenly. Maybe anger rises faster than you can stop it. Maybe sadness drops you into exhaustion. Maybe you go numb instead. These reactions aren't flaws. They're learned nervous system responses. Your brain and body evolve to protect you, not to make you happy. And emotional regulation isn't about turning emotions off. It's about helping your nervous system come back into balance after activation. In today's video, we'll walk through the science of emotional regulation, how stress, trauma, and burnout dysregulate the nervous system, why logic doesn't work when emotions are high, and how to rebuild emotional safety from the inside out. This isn't therapy advice. It's education, neuroscience, and empowerment. Let's explore what your emotions are really trying to tell you. Most people think emotional regulation means stay calm, don't overreact, control yourself. But that's not regulation. That's suppression. True emotional regulation means you can feel emotions without being overwhelmed. You can recover after stress. You can stay present during difficult moments. You can self-soothe instead of shutting down or exploding. It's not about avoiding emotions. It's about having enough internal safety to experience them. Think of emotional regulation like shock absorbers on a car. Life hits bumps. Stress hits potholes. Trauma hits collisions. Regulation doesn't remove the road. It helps your system absorb impact without breaking. And the system that does this work isn't your conscious mind. It's your nervous system. Your nervous system has one primary job: detect danger and keep you alive, not make you calm, not make you happy, not make you rational. Survival first, comfort later. This system operates through two major branches: the sympathetic nervous system, fight, flight, mobilization; the parasympathetic nervous system, rest, digestion, safety. When something feels threatening, emotionally or physically, your sympathetic system activates. Heart rate increases, muscles tense, breathing shortens, thoughts speed up. That's anxiety. That's anger. That's panic. When safety returns, your parasympathetic system brings you back down. That's regulation. But when stress is chronic, or trauma was intense, or emotional safety was inconsistent growing up, the nervous system learns the world is unsafe. Stay alert, and regulation becomes harder. Not because you're weak, but because your body adapted. Have you ever wondered why small stressors feel overwhelming? Criticism feels crushing. Conflict feels terrifying. Rejection feels unbearable. This doesn't mean you're too sensitive. It means your nervous system learned early. This is dangerous. This learning can come from childhood, emotional neglect, trauma, chronic stress, unpredictable environments, invalidating caregivers, long-term anxiety or depression. When safety wasn't reliable, your system became hyperalert. So now your body reacts strongly, even when your mind knows the threat isn't real. That's not emotional immaturity. That's survival conditioning. And emotional regulation isn't something you should already have. It's something you build. Ever try telling yourself, calm down, it's not a big deal, I shouldn't feel this way, and noticed it didn't help? It's because emotional dysregulation happens below the thinking brain. When the nervous system activates, blood flow shifts away from the prefrontal cortex. Survival circuits take over. Logic becomes inaccessible. In that state, your brain isn't broken. It's prioritizing survival. You can't reason your way out of a fire alarm. You have to convince the system that you're safe. That's why emotional regulation isn't a mindset problem. It's a body-based problem, and therefore, the solution is also body-based. Emotional dysregulation doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like overthinking, shutting down, getting irritated, easily feeling overwhelmed by small tasks, crying unexpectedly, feeling emotionally exhausted. It can also look like people-pleasing, perfectionism, overworking, hyper-independence, emotional detachment. These aren't personality flaws. They're regulation strategies your nervous system developed to stay safe. Even behaviors that hurt you now once helped you survive. That's why shame doesn't heal regulation. Safety does. Trauma isn't just something bad that happened. Trauma is what happened inside your nervous system when something overwhelming occurred and you didn't have enough support. It's not about severity. It's about capacity. Two people can experience the same event, and one is traumatized while the other isn't. Why? Because trauma isn't the event. It's the nervous system's inability to complete its stress response. When threat happens and escape isn't possible, the body goes into freeze, collapse, shutdown, dissociation. These responses become learned patterns. Later, stress triggers the same states, even when danger isn't present. This makes emotional regulation feel impossible. Not because you're broken, but because, and healing means teaching your body that now is different. One of the most important players in emotional regulation is the vagus nerve. This nerve connects your brain to heart, lungs, gut, face, vocal cords. It acts like a brake pedal for stress. When vagal tone is strong, your nervous system can return to calm faster, feel safe around others, stay emotionally flexible, recover from stress. When vagal tone is weak, the system gets stuck in anxiety, shutdown, overwhelm, emotional volatility. The good news: vagal tone is trainable, which means emotional regulation is trainable. Some people didn't grow up learning it's safe to feel. They learned, stop crying, don't be dramatic, calm down, or else your feelings are wrong. This teaches the nervous system emotions equals danger. So instead of processing emotions, the body tries to suppress, avoid, dissociate, over-intellectualize, numb, but unprocessed emotions don't disappear. They turn into anxiety, depression, irritability, chronic tension, burnout. Emotional regulation isn't about controlling feelings. It's about allowing them safely. True emotional regulation has two core skills. 1. Emotional awareness, recognizing what you're feeling without judging it. 2. Emotional recovery, helping your nervous system return to baseline after activation. Most people were never taught either. They were taught, don't feel, get over it, be strong. But regulation isn't strength, it's safety. And safety is built slowly through consistency, not force. Most people try to regulate emotions through control, willpower, suppression, distraction, avoidance. These work short-term, but long-term, they worsen dysregulation. Why? Because control tells the nervous system this feeling is dangerous, which increases threat response. Safety-based regulation says this feeling is allowed, which decreases threat. Regulation doesn't mean stopping emotions. It means staying present with them without being overwhelmed. That's nervous system trust. Before techniques, one truth. You can't regulate a nervous system that doesn't feel safe. So the first goal isn't calm, it's safety. Not intellectual safety, but body safety. That means teaching your system, I'm not in danger right now. Let's explore how. One of the fastest ways to calm your nervous system is to orient to your environment. Your brain constantly scans for threat, so you help it scan for safety. Try this. Look around your room slowly. Name 5 things you see. Notice colors, shapes, light. Then listen for 3 sounds. Then feel 2 physical sensations. Your feet on the floor, your breath in your chest. This tells your nervous system, I'm here, I'm safe. Nothing is attacking me. This works because regulation happens through sensory input, not thought. Not all breathing calms the nervous system. Fast, deep breaths can increase anxiety. The nervous system responds best to long exhales. Try this. Inhale through the nose for 4. Exhale slowly through the mouth for 6. Repeat 5 to 10 times. Long exhales stimulate the vagus nerve and activate the parasympathetic system. It physiologically signals safety. Your nervous system loves rhythm. That's why rocking calms babies. Music soothes emotions. Walking regulates stress. Repetitive motion feels grounding. Rhythm tells your system everything is predictable, which equals safety. Gentle walking, slow stretching, soft music, tapping, swaying. These aren't distractions, they're regulation cues. Humans regulate best together. Before we self-regulated, we co-regulated with caregivers. That's why calm voices soothe, eye contact stabilizes, presence heals, feeling understood settles emotions. When someone listens without judgment, your nervous system literally calms. And over time, that co-regulation becomes self-regulation. This is why therapy works. This is why safe relationships heal. This is why isolation worsens emotional instability. Connection regulates. Naming emotions reduces their intensity. Neuroscience shows that when you name a feeling, the amygdala calms and the prefrontal cortex activates. Try. I'm noticing anxiety. I'm feeling sadness. I'm experiencing anger. Not, I am anxious. I am broken. I am too much. Language matters. You're not your emotions. You're experiencing them. That distance creates regulation. Physical touch stimulates oxytocin and reduces cortisol. This doesn't have to mean another person. You can place a hand on your chest, wrap arms around yourself, use a weighted blanket, hold something warm, press feet into the ground. These signals tell the nervous system, I am held, I am safe. This is not childish. It's biological. Most people try to fix emotional dysregulation with big breakthroughs, dramatic techniques, over-effort, but nervous systems heal through small, repeated safety signals. Not intensity, consistency. 5 minutes daily is more powerful than 1 hour occasionally. That takes repetition, not pressure. Healing doesn't feel like everything is calm forever. It feels like you recover faster, you pause before reacting, you feel emotions without drowning. You trust your body more, you feel safer inside. Regulation isn't emotional numbness. It's emotional flexibility. You still feel sadness, you still feel anger, but they pass through you instead of controlling you. Some people feel guilty regulating themselves. They think, I should be stronger. I shouldn't need this. I'm being dramatic. But emotional regulation isn't selfish. It's relational. When you regulate, you communicate better. You react less harshly. You feel safer around others. You reduce conflict. You build healthier connections. Regulation doesn't make you cold. It makes you present. If no one helped you regulate as a child, you weren't taught the skill. That's not a failure. That's missing education. And missing education can be learned later. Adults can build emotional regulation. Brains remain plastic. Nervous systems remain adaptable. Healing doesn't expire. There's no deadline, but most people notice changes within. Weeks of consistent practice, months of deeper safety, long-term shifts with continued support. But healing isn't linear. Some days feel calm. Some days feel messy. That doesn't mean you're regressing. It means you're human. Self-regulation tools are powerful, but they're not replacements for professional support if emotional dysregulation is causing self-harm, urges, substance misuse, severe dissociation, inability to function, persistent panic, trauma, flashbacks. Please seek a licensed mental health professional. Support isn't weakness, it's regulation in action. Here's the most important truth. You're not bad at emotions. And now, it can adapt again to safety. Regulation is in control. It's trust. Trust in your body. Trust in your emotions. Trust in your capacity to recover. And that trust is built, not forced. If this video helped you understand your emotions differently, consider subscribing to MindScope. Here, we explore the brain, mental health, trauma, healing, and emotional resilience, not through shame, but through science and compassion. You're not too much. You're not broken. You're responding. I'll see you in the next video.